Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with our weekly analysis for Forex market. So we start with DXY. I was looking at DXY and I have seen that we can draw a channel, and the channel was somehow reliable and valuable if you can set it like this. And what you see and what you hear from the news, especially last week, from the Federal Reserve, we have seen that the United States has increased the rates. They had a raise in interest rates, and they're going to have stronger dollar for next week and the following weeks. Anyway, but what are important zones for DXY? You can see this zone is very important for us because we had some reaction before, and it is static. The other one is here, which was supported just 2 or 3 days ago. Dollar was supported from this zone, and what I guess for next week, we will have stronger dollar. I know we will have some movements between these two zones as a trading range. But what I myself think would be maybe something like, let me draw for you. We will have breakout, pullback to this important zone because it is the midline of this channel and it is the static zone. And what we will have is just another movement toward the higher zone, and it would be very important to know because the currency pairs in comparison with dollar are going to get weaker, and you need to know them before they want to happen. Yeah, this is what I think for, let me make it more beautiful for you, and it is much beautiful now. And this is what I think for the following weeks. But if this midline can act as a resistance for the beginning of next week, so we could have another movement toward this zone, and again another attack to the midline of the channel. This is what I think for the DXY next week. All right, now let's go to have our analysis for let me tell you for euro. Okay, for euro we had bearish market on Friday. You can see the the movement of euro, and I just want to update it here for you. And we have everything here, I guess. And what you see is a very strong support at 1.03. And what I think would be maybe another movement, and it is the another movement pullback, and we can see 1.03. Why do you think I say that the next week would be we will have less powerful euro, because they haven't had any changes in the rates they have. But it is going to have a strong support here when the dollar and euro are going to be the same price. And I guess this is the next target of euro dollar. That's it, nothing else. And if you update your chart with me, so you can know the next targets and next zones for buying and selling. So for pound, we had again bearish market, and we had this movement, and here they changed and they increased the rates for pound from Bank of England, it was stronger, but again, in comparison with dollar, it is weaker, and they have increased the rates less than the United States. So we can consider this as a pullback. If we have a stronger pound, so the maximum movement would be up to this zone. I mean, the you know, dynamic resistance we have here. Otherwise, we can see this zone again, 1.19 for next week. So you can extend this. Now you can see if it wants to get bullish, so it can move between these two lines up to this zone maximum. Then we can see weaker pound in the following days. Okay. And for JPY, Bank of Japan didn't have any raise for Japanese yen. That's why, again, it was weaker in comparison. You know, they did that intentionally, and they do that intentionally because of the inflation they want to make. But what you see right now is just movement between these two zones, trading range. What I guess for next week would be the breakout of this zone, and we will have 137. And for the rest and the next targets, so I will let you know in my daily analysis. That's it, up to 1 or 2 days at the beginning of the week. All right, for Canadian dollar and USD, we can see, okay, at the end of New York market, we had a very good reaction, you know, to this support zone. And what you can see right now is the next target of CAD would be 0.77, and I guess it can have, you know, pull back to this zone on Monday. And if it wants to get bearish, so this zone is the next zone for let me say target of CAD, then 75, 0.75 and 0.74. Since I checked the historical, you know, lines for these currencies, and when you take a look at it in weekly, you can understand they are round numbers at the same time, and they are you know, static supports for CAD in the history. And the last item and the last market we're going to talk about is USD AUD. Okay, for USD AUD, what we have is, again, stronger dollar, but at the end of New York market, we had a big shadow, and it wanted to, I don't know, move toward this zone or not. But what I think for, you know, USD AUD, again, this zone is not out of mind, because I don't know, dollar is getting stronger. The United States dollar is getting stronger. I'm not sure, but maybe next week, you know, Bank of Australia is going to have a meeting. They're going to talk about their monetary policy. If they increase the rates, so we can see this zone. If not, so we will have stronger dollar. And I have shown, and I have drawn these parts for you, 1.48 and 1.50 for the next targets of Australian dollar. And this target, if it wants to get bearish, this target, and finally this target, can act as support for Australian dollar, USD, AUD. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, and I don't know, if you have any question, do not hesitate to ask it in the comments. I will explain for you. Have a great weekend.